Vanessa Joy with Adorama TV, and today we're talking all about creating a brand that gets you the clients you want. Here's the thing, and probably the easiest thing that you can do. Figure out what kind of clientele you want and mimic them. Now, we'll get to the part about not, faking it, pretending you're someone you're not in a little bit, but I want you to find clients that you potentially want to have, find where they shop, find what celebrities that they follow, find how they describe their ideal photographer, or maybe their ideal wedding if you're a wedding professional. Now, this might be as easy as sending a survey out to your favorite clients and asking them. Maybe you'll ask them what was most memorable about their experience with you, or how they would describe their wedding to you. These types of little things, learning their vocabulary, learning what they liked, what they valued, are going to help you create a brand and change some things in your workflow that are going to be attractive to them. Second thing you want to be aware of is not recreating yourself. Your brand should be an extension of you, and you shouldn't recreate yourself to be this perfect brand image, that you want. Then it's all just going to be fake, and you don't want to do that. It is way too much work to be faking it to your clients and then being somebody else when you're, off. We're about to go get coffee, and I want to show you a little bit about the brand there. But once you have your brand image, your logo, and by the way, there's a lot of psychology that goes into the colors you pick and the font as well. Maybe my friend Kaleigh will talk about that when I give her a call. She's actually redoing my brand right now. When you finally get that logo done, when you finally get that image put in place, make sure your brand goes everywhere. Put it on as many things as you can. Obviously, put it on all your social media, on your website, in any kind of public listing that you have. We're gonna go to Think Coffee, one of my favorite places, and I'll show you how they put their branding on everything so that I recognize them at any location. It's up here, it's on this sign, and you're gonna see this color blue everywhere. Blue has a subtle undertone of calming, so we see it there, we see it in the logo, we even see it in the highlighted word here on the door. You can't come in, but I'm getting coffee. All right, so got some things here. Notice all the blue. It's absolutely everywhere. Print right here where it's all caps. It's actually evoking confidence, which makes sense because look at the quote. Feel good about your coffee. So makes sense. Let's call my friend Kaleigh. She's an amazing, amazing brand expert, and she's gonna have a lot to say about this. How are you doing? I always call you Kaleigh. It's Kaleigh, and I mess that up every time, but I'm sorry. Anyway, Kaleigh, tell us a little bit about branding from your point of view.
So yeah, when it comes to tips I have that I see photographers following trends. We've all seen that calligraphy bouncy, we've seen the block font, and working with professional or doing your research about what type of fonts and colors and what they represent, making sure that you're actually putting out something visually that reflects the work that you do and that you want to be doing is the first step. Like, you don't want to look like everyone else, and when a client is shopping around for a photographer and they all look the same, like, you're not going to stand out. Of course, you're going to blend in.
Yeah, I mean, it's not all about the logo, but the logo has a lot to do with it. A lot of times that's what's recognizable. It's your first impression.
Absolutely. And the second thing I totally see is lack of consistency. It is sit down, write down everywhere you are online, and make sure that you look like the same person. A lot of times I see different colors or even different logos. Think of how you were memorable.
I know I need to implement more of that in my own brand.
So use like 5 consistent images on all platforms, like your Facebook header and your wedding wire or the Not profile, and build off of the brand trust. It takes 5 to 7 times for someone to see your brand, to create trust, to probably get an inquiry. So why wouldn't you leverage like the similarities of they've seen you on Instagram, they see your website, they see your profile, and they're like, oh, I totally trust them.
So good talking to you, and excited to release this brand. Thanks. Mwah. All right, I know we talked a lot about the logo, but branding is not just about the logo. It does have to do with that, but it's about the overall image. You want to make sure that the brand is cohesive throughout the entire process, throughout the entire experience. So if you have blues and your vibe is calming, then you need to be a calm person throughout the entire experience with your clients. And the last thing we're going to talk about is the photography itself. I know as photographers it's really easy to try and like put a million photos in your portfolio, but guess what? No one's looking through that entire thing, maybe you and perhaps your mom, and that's about it. You want to have 10 to 15 hero images. We call them hero images. The most amazing images that you love to death. Maybe you've even surveyed your clients or your friends and family and they've assured you that these are great images. Stick with those images and put them everywhere. You can put them repeatedly on your social media, put them in other portfolios like on Wedding Wire or The Knot or anything like that. And those are the images that your clients will start to recognize. So in addition to them recognizing your brand, they're going to start recognizing your imagery as well. And that is a very successful brand where people can look at photos and go, ah, that's a Vanessa Joy. I'm Vanessa Joy here at Adorama TV, and this is all about branding. Tell me some ways that you brand your client experience so that it's significant to what your brand is supposed to represent. Bye. Thanks for joining me on this 10-week marketing course here on Adorama TV. Make sure you subscribe, hit the bell so you don't miss a thing. Don't forget to leave comments. Tell me how these things are working for you or aren't working for you, and I will do my best to answer them, give you new suggestions, and really follow along this entire course. So leave the comments, hold the hate, because quite frankly, you're somebody that I don't know, and you're taking shots at me like it's Patron. I ain't trying to mess with your self-expression, but I learned a lesson that stressing and obsessing about somebody else is no fun. Uh-oh.